Sorry, Rexy. Better luck next movie. We have a special guest today, Rexy, my childhood pal. It's been 3 years since the last Jurassic World debacle, and they've already decided to reboot it. Well, more like rebirth it. Let's be honest, these movies haven't been good really since the first one, though I do stick up for the second one. But they have failed year after year to capture that Spielberg magic. Do ScarJo and director Gareth Edwards bring new life to an old dinosaur? This chapter takes place not on the original two islands from the original two movies, but a new, even more top secret island, a dangerous place where InGen conducted its mutations and experiments. Ooh. ScarJo plays Zora Bennett, a mercenary who's approached by a pharmatech head played by Rupert Friend. He says his company can cure heart disease with just 3 DNA samples from 3 of the fiercest beasts on that top secret island. So Zora employs her old buddy, boat captain Duncan Kincaid, played by Mahershala Ali, and a paleontologist who's never seen action, Dr. Henry Loomis, played by Jonathan Bailey. Meanwhile, there's the Delgado family, who is sailing along the coast, capsizes, and has to join this merry band of mercenaries. Will Zora, her crew, and the family make it off the island alive? Yes, this is the first of these world movies not to feature Chris Pratt or Bryce Dallas Howard, and thank God, because let's be honest, they were the most annoying things about the last one. Already, this one starts off better. ScarJo is doing her Lara Croft thing, Mahershala Ali is charming, and Jonathan Bailey is actually the best character here. He finds a good balance between nerdy scientist and guy who gets an adrenaline rush from being in peril. And then everyone else who is basically there just to be put in danger or to get eaten. We've seen this script before. Luckily, David Koepp is back. Hey, he wrote the first one and the second one, so it has to be better. Not so fast. David Koepp has returned, and he's brought his set-piece skills. The action in this movie is stellar, but this time he's failed to bring compelling characters and themes. You know, themes, they're what stories are actually about. I can't recall what any of these movies have been since the first two. The Jurassic World movies were kind of just about themselves. There was a meta element to bringing the park back and bringing the franchise back, and that could only carry them so far. But if I can kind of try to figure out what this movie is about, it's really what the characters are after, and it's money. All the characters are doing this because they need money, and this is another Jurassic Park movie because, hey, Universal needs more money. This is their cash cow or cash dinosaur, and they are going to bleed it dry for as many years as they can. And that's the giant flaw of this and the other world movies. They're not about anything. They're barely about man versus nature. They pay lip service to capitalism and its greed. I know. But Shane, I don't come to a Jurassic World movie for strong characters. I come for the dino action. Well, lest we forget, Jurassic Park and hell, even The Lost World, have iconic, memorable characters. They have characters that we care about when they're in danger and that we want to follow and that we enjoy watching them talk. I mean, just remember the first one, the philosophical conversations between Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern. Those are some of the best parts of the movie, and they don't involve dinosaurs at all. I mean, is it too much to ask that we get one decent conversation between humans in this? These aren't really characters we want to follow into the jungle, especially the Delgado family. They're just there to be put in danger, and because I guess it's scarier when little kids are involved. Look, we've had little kids in every one of these movies. If you're not going to kill them off, don't put them in the movie. Stop putting little kids in the movie unless they're going to get eaten or seriously injured or they're actually in danger. It's just cheap screenwriting, and I myself am sick of it. But how's the dinosaur action? Well, I'm happy to report this is the best dinosaur action since probably the second one. Director Gareth Edwards of Godzilla and the creator a few years ago, and even his original indie Monsters, is maybe the best director around who knows how to use and integrate VFX. Thank God, because if he wasn't at least at the helm conceptualizing and bringing to life these giant behemoths and the set pieces, this movie would be as big a dud as the other world movies. But thankfully, we get genuinely thrilling set pieces. The mosasaur, the giant aquatic dinosaur, finally gets used to its potential in an action scene where it's chasing the boat that is excellent. Likewise, Rexy gets a great moment to shine when he goes after the Delgado family in a riverbed on a raft. And even the end, when the mutant dinosaurs pop out, has some excellent use of lighting and sound and framing to make this just a little better. Now, if Edwards could just pair his visual sensibility with a story worth a damn, oh man, he would be an all-timer. Unfortunately, the story doesn't do him any favors, and this movie doesn't really capitalize on its mutant dinosaurs on a secret island where these things are even more horrific and more terrifying than they were. We get Velociraptor pterodon mutations, and we get the D-Rex, which looks like a xenomorph crossed with a dinosaur. It's a huge dud, and the end is kind of a wet fart. It's kind of the biggest wet fart since the end of Jurassic Park 3. That being said, this movie looks excellent. Shot on film by John Matheson, who's shot Gladiator, and it has a rich texture. You can tell they filmed on real locations, and that stuff goes a long way to making this just a more enjoyable, at least visual experience. It is nowhere near the heights of Jurassic Park and The Lost World, but it's miles better than the Jurassic World movies, especially since there's not a Chris Pratt in sight. Jurassic World Rebirth can't capture the Spielberg magic of the first two. Nothing really can, but it is definitely a step up from the slog of the Chris Pratt World movies. It's got amazing FX and set pieces, but it's failed by its plot and its characters. I give Jurassic World Rebirth a forgettable 2.5 stars out of 5. If you like this review, please like and subscribe or follow me on Letterboxd at Ramirez316. Okay, Rexy, time to go watch the original Jurassic Park for the 500th time. What's that? Yes, we can get some popcorn.